welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth Plus, etc. We are getting ever closer to the release of Bumble and the potential release of Repentance. It's somewhat ironic that it's called Repentance, given what the people at Nicholas have been up to. We have started with good damage, good tier rate, bad HP. Yeah, okay. 8k EB, G7 IP. That's not an I, that's a 1. I know the difference, sometimes. We have the battery and the glowing hourglass, which they nerfed, so you can only use it a maximum of 5 times, if I remember correctly. Maybe less than 5? After which time it becomes the normal hourglass. Ooh. That's made our tier rates... Oh no. Now here's the thing, I could use the hourglass to reverse picking up Eve's mascara. It's a good damage up, but it kills our shot speed, which in turn makes our range seem a lot worse than it is. But it's damage though. I think we'll make do, but just for the record, I could technically have undone that. If I remember how to use this item correctly. Like for instance, we go in here, if this is garbage, we're just going to undo it. So I kind of noticed it didn't reset my health, which is what I thought it did. I thought it put you back into the state you were in before you touched the room. Did they nerf that as well? Because if so, that's terrible. I thought it was a full reset. And it used to be unlimited before, which was ridiculously overpowered, because if you got hit, you could be like, I'll just do the room again. And that's why they nerfed it to 5 changes, or charges rather. Thank you for the little bits, Scorch Gaming stuff. We were desperately hoping for tiers and or range up from the boss, which will be one room above this. Told you. I know my basement lengths. Cellars and burning basements? Nah. But bog standard basements, I've done enough of them in my time. Oh yeah, that's true, it might count for red hearts, but then why not spirit hearts? No, well, that kind of limits the items that we're having access to. A cube of meat or a ball of bandages isn't bad. Definitely suffering with the tier speed and tier range, for sure. Yeah, let's have you charge at me. Despite having 7.5 damage on floor 1, Famine is just dying so slowly. And it's because of a tier rate. If we still had our 9 tier rate, it'd be wonderful. Why does Eve's mascara have a huge tears down associated with it? Is it to balance that it's a fairly large damage up? Because if so, okay. But it doesn't take into consideration how much your range is affected by a shot speed downgrade as well. So it's 2 massive debuffs in return for a pretty good 1 buff. Hello, Vice President. Don't worry, I wasn't talking about anything interesting. I was talking about game mechanics again. Cube meat. That is acceptable. The run is still in a bit of a spotty place. I kind of regret picking up the mascara now, but we'll see what happens. Hello, Vincent, as well, and anyone else I missed while I was focusing on that. So I guess maybe it just resets the room, not so much what you did. Maybe that's what it was. I might be overestimating how good it used to be prior to the nerfs. So I could check these then leave. I wonder if that still counts me as having touched a guppy item. Huh. Now I kind of want to live long enough to see, because I'm not sure. I think the secret room's here, but I'm going to hold off for a tinted rock to try and live. Oh, after the stream on Sunday, just to talk about Code Vein briefly, I did unlock all the vestiges that we had, and I've changed class now. I haven't changed weapon because I still like that sword compared to everything else. So I changed to the next natural progression of class that focuses on large sword. And for anyone who just watches YouTube stuff, Code Vein is not coming across to YouTube from Twitch due to content ID matches from Namco Bandai. But you can go watch it in Twitch VODs for like a month before it gets all deleted. If you're interested in anime titty souls. Okay, I don't think there's any spirit hearts here. No, there is not. There's an item room still, right? Yeah. Ooh. I'm tempted to... Okay, that reset our health, and it gave me the spirit heart. How does that work? It gave me the spirit heart back, but when I used it before, I didn't... Also, we just skipped the hard room, so hopefully we'll get something really good in our item room. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Midas touch is okay for contact damage, I guess. We can't get in here because we don't have a key. Uh oh, oh, ah! Well, we got out with half a heart more than last time. I think that's the best I'm going to do. Guess we'll see. If we get hit once in here, I'm going to reset just because I want to try and get a deal with the devil. Even though most things we can't pick up because we'd die. Let's see what happens. So I can understand from the talking chat so far that a lot of people are playing Code Vein. What else have you been up to on your Mondays, respectively? I guess we'll check. Well, might as well. Check for our second secret room because I didn't find any tinted rocks in 2 floors. Spirit heart, please. Balls of steel? No. Alright, we kind of lucked out by getting pinned, but that's not a dead cert when we're this weak. Oh! He shot that where I was going, not where I was. Well then. Well, no, we're not doing another run, even if with the Elsa here, with the same damn spacebar item. Absolutely not. 15 tier rate, chocolate milk, hell no. Mama Mega, nah. Why is it? This is the same run. It's proof that it's tied to your system clock. This is interesting. Sure, we'll run with this. So the actual seed we're playing with today is C19FLK7X, and I will try and get back to where we were relatively quickly. That helps. We have a good tier rate, above average damage. This is everything I wanted from that bad run, so it's good. And we have 99 bombs. Okay. Well, now the game is just being like, oh, you wanted a good run. I guess I'll just give you a good run from the first floor then. Fantastic tier rate and damage that's comparable to the damage we just lost thanks to Pin basically cheating. Because once he fires his shot, it isn't a dumb shot, it follows you, which I honestly didn't know was a thing. There's still an item room, but we'll do this first real quick. Like, I thought once Pin released a shot, it was where you were standing at the point he released the shot. I've got a lot of muscle memory for this game, and I'm very surprised that that hasn't been ingrained. Oh, that's very good. Now we're tanky as well. Well, the game's being generous because I restarted until I got a good start, because Eden sucks. But if I always started as Isaac or Samson or Azazel, then I'd find it too easy. There's a middle ground, but it isn't there as much as it used to be because there's so many bad items in the pool now. As we've discussed many, many times. We will pick that up. No, I can't put it back down though. Damn it. Well, I guess we'll run with Monster Manuel. We don't need that room. Let's quickly get back to where I was. Managed to secure double your current work hours with some aggressive negotiations. So you're pleased that you're having to work double the hours you were currently working. So that either means you weren't working that many before, or it comes with a massive pay rise. It has to be one of those two things. Now granted, you could just enjoy the work so much that you want to do it more. But I wouldn't believe you. Oh, he is a... Okay, masochist is the option I didn't consider. Alright, money. He is Scottish. Well, sort of. He used to be Scottish. Before the dark times. Before Australia. Can you imagine Don Tombury growing up, like, being normal? And then he went to Australia and decided that he wants to spend all his time role-playing as a Final Fantasy enemy. What happens to somebody to make that a reality? Like, he's probably seen some shit. He's probably served in a war, honestly, if I had to guess. The Magitech Wars. I was looking at chat and walked into fire. We have a lot of HP, but not enough that I can just be walking into fire. Okay, that time the fire shot me because I was looking at the map. We still haven't got a key, but we might as well do this first real quick. Hello, Monstro. I would have liked if it was pinned so I could murder him, but you'll do. With your cleft palate. But otherwise acceptable looks. And moderately stinky smell. That is an excellent item. Only dropped our tier rate by 1 because it's already so high. And we'll take the ability to fly so I don't walk into as much shit. Okay, thanks, bye. Now we just need a key. Seems a rival restaurant was trying to shark you, but they decided, oh, so that's why he gave you more hours and more money, because they were trying to muscle in on your boss's turf, take their slightly disturbed role-playing chef. Why'd I bother? Look, you can only get to these buttons by special means, and they're all garbage. Yeah, it was a rival restaurant manned by sharks. They serve an all-meat menu. You don't ask where the meat comes from. If you know what's good for you, that is. Oh, I heard a key. I heard a key somewhere. There it is. We're not going to go into the shop with it. We're going into the item room and then we're getting the hell out of here. How do you know he's role-playing and not just an actual Tombury? I have my deductions. Pointy rib stabbing time. That's apropos. Also, that was in a couple of the random starts I skipped past, right? So it's all connected to the time you play. Hello, Roro. Random ain't random, as many a nerd are likely to tell you if you ask, and then run away because they won't shut up about it. No map. That does not bode well for us. But a good assortment of items. I think the pointy rib is just like not as good Mom's knife. Well, but we get to fire our tears. That's the offset. It's like, yeah, it does contact damage. Kinda, maybe. It's not as good, but if you have good tear effects, you don't lose them. What is still... Oh, you cloaked when you died, sort of. Okay. We have one key. We have two keys. That is adrenaline? Yeah. I remember the last time I picked up adrenaline being told what it did. I have since forgotten because I only remembered items from the base game of Isaac. The younger you are when you learn them, the easier it is to keep them in your head. Unless they're like really, really good, then you remember them. Like, you remember what Abaddon does. It's just super powerful. I have a feeling Dawn is a human robot suit like the creature in Men in Black. That was an alien. Although I don't know if they would find it offensive if you called an alien a creature. I guess they literally are a creature. Well... So I got adrenaline on this floor, so we can just sod off. And maybe get our cube of meat back, which would be very nice. And Monster Manuel actually gave us a good draw. Yeah, ball of bandages is totally acceptable. I would like a map on the next floor, please. Okay, we have a map. It's flooded again, though. Well, we might as well. We've got... I know I could have been looking for, like, every secret room thanks to having 99 bombs, but it's just... Even if it costs the run eventually, it's a bit too tedious at this point. We're not here for that. Once there's new content and, like, we're collecting knife pieces, assuming it's the same as Afterbirth again. If I get repentance. I could see, like, a final, like, middle finger to the community if Nicholas goes out of business or something. They'll just be like, nah, we're not going to release it now. Screw you all. How dare you be offended by my rampant racism. We're not going to release the game as a penance. There's been no further developments on that, incidentally. I am looking into it ever so often. No additional statements since the non-apology to the community and ignoring all the actual accusations of criminal, well, potentially criminal, allegedly criminal.
It was worth
it! Thank you, Azrael is better? Or Azrael is better, I guess. For 2 months with Twitch Prime, back again with a spooky sub. What's so scary about it? That's the thing, actually. Who is doing like something super special for Halloween? Like making your house up to be a haunted house, or throwing a massive party. Any age, like for teens, kids, or adults, where you just like all go to the party dressed as Batman and have a big orgy. It's an idea. You don't have to do it. Oh yeah, well, obviously if Halloween isn't a thing where you are, then the question's not for you. Ooh, empty vessel. Which will immediately give us some health and damage, I think. We no longer need to pick up any HP because empty vessel's benefits are too good. It does mean I kind of wasted my hearts picking up Spirit of the Night, because empty vessel makes you fly. If you have no red health. Oh, it's temporary or semi-frequent temporary invincibility. That's what you get if you have no health. I think if you have one heart, it still gives you the fly. You're having your baby shower the Saturday before? Are you giving birth to the Antichrist? That's pretty cool. What's a Halloween? It's when kids go trick-or-treating and adults go to parties and get drunk while in costume. So one day of the year that everybody's allowed to cosplay and nobody draws attention to it like being weeby or weird. And you plan to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, good choice. I would highly recommend watching the original Halloween, it's fantastic. It's not super scary, but it's just a really, really good film. And befitting of the season, because it's set on Halloween, obviously, hence the name. It's an expert example of how to do tension correctly. Mostly slutty costumes, well, for the adult stuff, yeah. Halloween isn't much of a thing anyway, as we end up talking about every single year. Can be like even like businesses just skip past it now to where the hell is the sign room? Businesses just skip past it now to start sticking in Christmas stuff already. Don't need reminded about Christmas being a couple of months, well, a few months away. The best part about Halloween is game events. That's also true. What do you think? It would be interesting if Code Vein's Halloween event would be just like an event where your character looks totally normal. And all the enemies are just like random, normal, upstanding citizens because the game already kind of has a Halloween theme. What with vampires and such. Oh, that was actually really convenient, thank you. How many of y'all remember Scary Godmother? I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, the Christmas stuff's already been up since August. Does anybody like seeing the Christmas stuff early? Does it fill you with dread? Are you indifferent? Or do you actually like, oh hey, cool. It's almost Christmas. That's, oh, no map again also. That's a time of year. I don't think I was anywhere near that when it passed by me. That's the once per floor invulnerability, right? Yeah. We'll take that. It's a Halloween special. I don't think I've ever seen it. Haven't heard about it. Why would I run into a mimic chest? I knew it was a mimic chest. My dodging ability is all to shit. It's annoying that it's up early. It's just because they want you to start buying shit, obviously. But yeah, I'm in the I don't particularly like Christmas. I don't want to be starting to prepare for Christmas in friggin' October. That's not my bag at all. No, since you're in retail, yeah, working in retail makes you hate seasonal events. The worst part is when they start playing the Christmas music super early, because then you're listening to that all the way up to December 25th. And even though some Christmas music is good, it's not good the millionth time in a like single shift that you're hearing it. Thank you, invulnerability. In fact, we can open up this mimic chest thanks to... We are hoping for a damage up on this floor because we haven't had one for a little while, so our damage will start kind of petering off after Mom. Wait, is Mom the next floor? Oh, okay. We're not as far along as I thought, so never mind. You love meatloaf? Yeah, I presume you're talking about the singer. Okay, so we can fight the boss, but I'd rather go find the item room first just to remember that I've done it. Hopefully it's somewhere nearby. Obviously not here. You get the Christmas stuff in early September. So you already have it in the store? Yeah. Oh, no, don't want this. I used to work retail as well, I remember. Although I never really worked in a job around Christmas time that was super... I mean, they had Christmas promotions, but... Well, when I worked in the supermarket... No, I wasn't in the Christmas season when I worked in a supermarket. I was working in like a home baking store, and for 2 Christmases I was in a health shop, so no, they didn't really have much Halloween stuff. We're not taking the D4 because our run is fine. Which was also an item that showed up on one of those random Eden starts. Maybe even 2 of them. FYI for most USA employees, October is probably your open enrollment. Don't forget. What is open enrollment? Is it like renegotiating your contract with your employer or something? It's a term that's new to me. Oh, thank you. Let's just walk into you to finish you off. It's related to healthcare. We're not going to take that because of empty vessel. Well, I don't really care for none of these actually, so no, it's fine. What I should have done was use the judgment in there. I'm hoping he'll drop the map or the compass. I want him not to drop HP. If the door had stayed open, I would have went back in with 2 hearts and spent them on whatever. Damn it. If only there was a reroll rune on this floor. It's for health insurance. Signing up for benefits or changing your elections for those benefits. Alright, so it's paying for, like, how long does it last? How often do you have to do this? Again, we have nothing like that. Is it like every October, or is it like every 6 months or something? So October seems a very weird time of year to do it. Like, wouldn't it be the end of the year or the start of the year or something? Or the financial year? Oh yeah, Tom Brady's in Australia, of course, so everything's backwards, so his Christmas will be warm. You have to do it every year. Every year in October. That's the part I was confused about. That should have hit me and did not. Maybe it only hits you if you're not flying? You get a job if your terms have health insurance change, you get free changes for marriage or childbirth. But if you want to change anything else, you have to wait till October. Okay. If you want to change anything else means what? Like, not childbirth and not marriage, so... Have you had like a horrific accident? That kind of thing? Something that changes your quality of living forever? You can change it during, you don't have to. Most places it's done in October, but the changes don't take place until January 1st. Alright, that makes more sense, so it's time to plan ahead for January 1st. It all sounds very boring and definitely in keeping with the usual type of thing I talk about when I'm playing Isaac. Yeah, it's not a bad card, I suppose. So this is the mom fight, so we don't want to do there yet. The moon. Ah, it covers dental and eye care as well. So if you needed to do, like if you had something very serious done with your teeth, or if you now had like a prescription for glasses, that's all going to be declared, that kind of thing. I don't think I needed to use that. Oh, well we have spun, not spun, double vision. Via bookworm. That's good. So that's technically a DPS up, so I got what I needed. Still an item room to find though. The luck's at 0.5, so it's probably not going to kick in very much. Hello, Super Pride. Now the problem with taking 9 lives is it's going to give me a heart, but I will hope to get rid of it because I am curious. Oh no, that was the last one that I touched whatever gup item and then magic hourglassed it. Well, it's still a nice safety net. We should get deals with the devil, we've taken a bunch. Hello Crispy. Yes, we're talking about your hilariously inept and terrible health service in relation to, what was it called again? The thing you have to do in October for January 1st? Employment enrollment? Sounds like you're applying for college. Loki's horns were probably not worth going back for, but that's okay. Now let's talk about 401ks. No, that's okay. I don't want to scare off what remains. Open enrollment. That is a weird title for it, for what it is. Isaac yourself. She's spawning awfully quickly. So we didn't get a deal, that's very unfortunate. Then we go. Talk about 40k and Spirits of Heresy. I don't really have anything 40k related to talk about. I am in the process of painting the Wraith Knight. It's behind me. It's just got the yellow stuff to do after I do the touching up of the blue and black parts. He is a large lad. It will not look that good because contrast paint doesn't look good on very large models, but I'm sticking to a theme. My order for Knight models arrived today. The one I placed a while back for the new models in October. So I got my Jason Todd Robin, which I have done a video on and it'll be up in a little while. And it's not even like an anniversary Superman, it's just Superman but it looks cool because it's a massive base. He's smashing out the Daily Planet logo. It's a very neat model and it goes well with the 80th anniversary Batman one where he's swooping down. It's going to be interesting to paint. But I shall give it a go. Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to be doing for their sale as well. They're building up hype for it on their Instagram. Because if they're going to offer like site-wide discounts or anything like that, it has to be better than what you already get discounted by buying third-party, like from their third-party official retailers. So in other words, it's going to be better than 20%. Or 10% for them, I think. I've forgotten now. I have a feeling they might bring back previous like con exclusive models, which would be nice, or like web exclusive models, which I'd love to get, like Gotham by Gaslight, Batman, or the Frank Miller one that they did a while back. We'll see though. I don't think it's something worth speculating, because if we speculate all these good things it could be and then it just turns out to be like spend $50 and we'll give you 10% off, that's kind of, that'd be garbage. Temper expectations. Why are we getting a key room here? Oh, in case you wanted more books. Book of the Dead is fun, but I want to make sure we have the survivability. So we'll just stick with... Wait, I don't want Book of Revelations, I want Satanic Bible. That one, okay. Because black hearts are better than blue hearts. It's almost certain at this point that the next 40k battle box is definitely Dark Eldar and Eldar, which is interesting. I wish they'd kind of just get on with it. Double key room as well. Well, that can't be a library, so let's have a gander. It's a pedestal reroll. Oh, well hang on, maybe we've had enough books that there's now items. The only problem is I don't know what I'm picking up until I touch it. Oh, we still need the Book of Secrets. Okay, we still have 2 more. That's fine. Xenos and Xenos, what madness is this? I know it's weird, right? But it's part of the story arc they're doing, I guess. Plus, the Marines did just have Shadow Spear. And Chaos was in that as well. Some Marines plus evil Marines. This G-Dub's gone mad. No, I'm sure it'll cost like 120 quid. And now, there we go. That's the old GW we know and hate. They just brought out a web exclusive miniature version of the rulebook where there's none of the fluff, it's just the rules, so it's easier to take with, like, to tournaments or whatever, or friends' houses. So it's a little version of the rulebook, no fluff. It's like a third of the size of the actual rulebook. 30 quid they're charging for that. 30 quid and you can only buy it from them directly. For a little version of the rulebook without the fluff that should be a PDF. But no, Because they know they can charge for it, so they do. I went back for the battery, because it's not apparent, or wasn't apparent prior to me picking it up just there. Because you can't be too careful. Actually, that's not true. You literally can be too careful. Like when I was talking about stress and anxiety the last time we were playing this. Was that really just a week ago? I apologise to anybody who I made stressed out by the discussion. I think it was Redris that said they did. In Discord. Or maybe it was Rydog, because both their names are our names, so they're the same person to me. Because I'm bad with names. I remember Chris B saying a couple of days later that he was having a hard time, and he actually found that streaming helped him. I wish that was the same for me. Because honestly, streaming at the moment, I don't mean specifically this moment, I just mean in general, is for whatever reason just very anxiety driven. Even though I'm playing games that I've played for years to an audience that's stuck around for years. And it doesn't really work. Yeah, Zeppo, you forgot Zappo work. Although I'm not sure if he's still around. I think he's still a patron actually, he lurks. I think something in his shifts changed, so he just watches after the fact now. No, that's Sack of Sacks, not Greed's Gullet. Did it right for once. Oh, something's still alive. Oh, absolutely, you have to have a copy of the rules because they don't offer any. Well, they offer a PDF of like the quick start rules, which was a step in the right direction, but I don't think it was the whole rules. At least not that I remember. I mean, since that talk we had last time, like part of the thing with anxiety that we didn't discuss. Well, no, we kind of did. One, drawing attention to it helps depower it. But the other thing is finding like the reason why. Like if you stop and think about it, like why is a certain situation making you anxious? I honestly don't know why streaming has started making me feel that way. And I've thought about it for a while. And I've kind of looked at other aspects of my life and been like, well, why is that making me stressed out and anxious? And I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of understand that. It's still kind of like dumb, but I understand it. But then when you look at streaming, when I've done it for years and found it very enjoyable, like, well, why is that now all of a sudden making me stressed? And it could be because, like, numbers falling, so it's associated with work failing. I can't really think of any other reason beyond that. That doesn't mean that is the reason. I may not have sussed it out yet. Living is making you stressed? Well, yeah, that's fair. Stress with a reason is not a bad thing. Stress with a reason can help tell you when you need to, like, unwind or take a step back and relax a little or change something about your situation. But stress for a reason when it shouldn't be happening, that's when it's a problem, because that's when, well, it shouldn't be doing anything. It's like being stressed while reading a good book. It makes no sense. We actually made it in time for Hush. Jesus. We don't want the tower. Oh, back when I had no job, I was a stressed mess as well. Actually, coincidentally, in my younger years, that was when I had real trouble getting to sleep. And then, once I started getting jobs, that's roughly when my sleeping started to be a little bit easier. It might have been that or just becoming old. One of those two things contributed to me changing from taking like 2 hours a night to get to sleep to being, now I just go through and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch a YouTube video before bed. I make it like 5 to 10 minutes into a YouTube video and then I just shut it off and go to sleep. And I was never like that for most of my life. The whole world's gone to pot. Yeah, that's one of the good things about having a job. It helps drive you and give you purpose. You might have to accept taking a job that you don't particularly want in the interim, just to get by, as opposed to immediately jumping into whatever you think is the best thing you want to do. Yeah, your sleep has always been unreliable for now, but you're still young. You haven't gotten to the age yet where my sleep sorted itself, so you've still got a chance, rather. Or conversely, for instance, if you've suddenly found yourself getting very anxious when you're streaming for no reason, and it feels like it's never going to stop, and it pays to remember, oh, hang on, I've done like literally 1,000 streams where I wasn't anxious. And that includes some streams where like some really awkward stuff happened. Like random assholes being racist, for instance. Like those are the awkward ones. Most people here can agree that adulting is stressful. Don't confuse that with adultery, but yes. So there's a really good line in it about that, actually. The fears of children are simple and powerful. The fears of adults are overly complicated. And it's true. They can be boiled down to something simple, but adults make them complicated. Someone told you a story about a vet shagging a dog? Why does that sound familiar? And no lewd comments. Wait, is that something that happened on this stream? Because I have some kind of distant memory, but I don't remember. Oh, it was yeah. It was a highlight where me and Valinar were playing Killing Floor 2, was it? No, I don't think so. I remember us making a highlight of me and Valinar playing Killing Floor 2 once, but I don't remember what the subject of the discussion was. I don't think it was about someone having sex with a dog, but I might be wrong. I had to semi-mute a Killing Floor 2 highlight the other day because that shitty music company that YouTube teamed up with, the UMG or whatever, was like, yeah, we own Killing Floor 2 content ID, and I was like, no you don't, that's Tripwire, that's not you. And then they disputed my dispute, and I was like, oh fuck you then, I'll just mute the bloody thing. Someone in chat told the story? Ew. It was to the Delirium Portal. Cora, it might be interesting if you like genuinely take some time to ask yourself, why has your sleep got worse? And I mean that sincerely. Because if literally nothing has changed, the only reason that's possible for your sleep to have gotten worse is because your thought process is making it worse. Yeah, okay, you accept, you know that it's that. Well, that's a step in the right direction. So therefore, if you know that it's because you're stressed out that's making it worse, does it stand to reason that you could also think yourself into it being better? Or do you think you can only think yourself into making it worse? A genuine question. No jokes at the moment. This is a serious topic that I would like a genuine answer to. Because if you're in agreement that your stress, which is, you know, pressures you put on yourself, has made your sleeping worse, does it stand to reason that if you dealt with that, you would be able to sleep better? Because if the answer is no, then the first part also is not true. And you would have to reevaluate that. You think it's just sleep that stresses you out. Well, if anything, it would be the inability to sleep. Because like comparatively, we are the exact opposite. Because right now, I see sleep as an escape from anxiety. That's why I'm amazed I can get to sleep so easily still. But I think it is a case of where, I know it sounds like kind of hokey, but if you start looking at it in a more positive way, or at least not in a negative way, it might make a small difference. Like, rather than be like, oh, I slept badly yet again, focus on improving the mental outlook you have, and that would in turn help you sleep a little bit. It's not going to cure you, at least not in the short term. You use Twitch to escape usually? I do that sometimes as well. Like, whatever you use, it just falls under the category of distraction. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Hell. Actually, based on what I've been reading, sometimes if you rely too much on distraction, then it is, but little distractions to help you make bigger changes is a good thing. Your thought patterns got you into stress, then it's very unlikely that you can think your way out of it. So you would have to do, well, you would have to learn new ways of thinking, right? CBT, and that doesn't mean what you might think it means if you spend too much time on the internet. Just don't think that's what I do. That would be so simple. You just switch off your brain button for a little while. So lock up. Do you use a hammer for the brain button? You can do, but then you might need a new one. So it's not advisable for sure. No, not a new hammer. Well, maybe. You play the Mario theme song on your head to get to sleep? I used to listen to nursery rhymes when I was a kid. On a cassette tape. Okay, I haven't been paying attention to the game clearly because I have no recollection of picking up Bumfriend. When did I do that? Was that when the floor started? Because when I saw someone pick up the coin there, I was like, oh great, Bumble. And then I saw it was Bumfriend, and I was like, oh, when did that happen? It was in one of the 4 boxes. No, I was just focused on chat. And also the horrible effects of anxiety where you get that stomach churning and back pain and what have you. Then if you already have a pre-existing stomach condition, it just makes it worse. Well, that's 2 Isaac episodes in a row where we went into dark, gloomy places, but if that's what's on your mind, it's got to be discussed. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't gotta be, but... which is a hell of a sentence. Can you imagine, like, a Fortnite streamer trying to have a serious discussion about that kind of thing? That amuses me. But we ain't doing Delirium because Delirium sucks, even if it is somewhat apropos. So for those watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.